Hey everyone! Today I'm coming at you with one of my favorite Blue Eyes deck profiles, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Before I get started, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to algorithmically promote my videos so other people can see them, and so you can continue to see them in the future. That out of the way, let's get into the deck profile. To start off, we have triple Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. What this card does is it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, it cannot be targeted by card effects. And if it attacks a defense position monster, you get to inflict double piercing damage, which is pretty good. And part of the strategy of this deck revolves around using that to basically just attack for game with one attack. Next off, we have triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, pretty standard. Double Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. You're not really summoning this card very often, so that's why I'm only running two. What it does is you reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to special summon it, and it can pop a monster your opponent controls, but it can't attack the turn it does that. Next off, we have some of our incantation stuff. So we have Incantation Talismandra. This adds a ritual monster from deck to hand. We have 3 Incantation Bookstone. You're typically using this to get to one of your better incantation monsters like Talismandra or Candle, which adds a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Now Bookstone and the other one that you'll see in a minute, you can use them to get their effects to add things from grave to hand, but you typically aren't going to do that because that really only is very good late game, and the goal of this deck is to finish the game as fast as possible. We've got Triple Manju. What this card does is when it's normal or flip summoned, add a ritual piece from deck to hand. Then we have Triple Ghost Reaper. This is really the only hand trap you're running. And because the extra deck isn't really super necessary for this deck, I thought this was a good one because it enables you to dedicate more extra deck space to things that your opponent will be running in their extra deck for you to banish with Ghost Reaper. Then this is the last incantation. This guy, Pencil Plume or something. I'm bad at pronouncing things. What this guy does is he can add something. He adds the monster from grave to hand, but you're typically using this one to get to Talismandra and Candle. Next up, we have the spells. We've got Triple Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard a card to add a monster with Blue Eyes stats around there from deck to hand. Well, specifically it adds dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense, so Chaos Max is a valid target for that. Then we've got Triple Chaos Form to ritual summon. You can banish things from your graveyard as well, like Blue Eyes monsters from your grave for material for that, which is important because of one of the other ritual spells we're running. Then we've got Triple Bingo Machine Go to add either your Chaos Max or your Chaos Form to hand. What this card does is you reveal 3 of the Blue Eyes monsters or spell or traps that specifically list Blue Eyes White Dragon. You reveal 3, and then your opponent randomly picks 1 to add to hand. So what you're going to typically do is just reveal 3 Chaos Form or reveal 3 of the Chaos Max. So you're guaranteed to get the search you want. Then we've got Triple Trade-In. Because Chaos Form can banish things, it doesn't hurt too much to have your Blue Eyes monsters in grave. Then we've got Double Advanced Ritual Art. So typically what you're going to do with this is if you can summon 2 Chaos Max, you'll activate this first to get a normal dragon monster in grave for material, so that's your Blue Eyes White Dragon. You'll summon Chaos Max, and then you'll use Chaos Form to banish the one you sent with Advanced Ritual Art to get your second one. Then next off we have Double Creature Swap. Now what this card is in here for is once you've used your incantations, they're going to be in defense mode. So you can activate this to give your opponent one, and then swing into it with Chaos Max for instant game because they have 0 defense, and the double piercing damage will be exactly 8,000 damage. So that's it for the main deck. Next, let's go into the extra deck. We've got one of 7 Sins, one of Pain Gainer. I just like these cards. I thought they were interesting. They've got pretty decent effects, and you can make them by overlaying them with a... well, this one you overlay over this one, but this one you can overlay over a level 8 or a rank 8 Dark Monster, excuse me, and you're running one of those. Then we've got one of Cypher Blade for extra popping stuff. We've got a Full Armor, also able to pop stuff. I thought this guy was interesting, so I put him in here. Galaxy Eyes Prime. Tachyon is for going up into these guys. I'll say I thought this one was interesting as well, so I put that one in. So this is the one you're typically going into to go into Pain Gainer and 7 Sins, because it's a dark rank 8. Then we've got this guy. Can banish stuff from your opponent's extra deck. This guy I thought was interesting. Then here are your Ghost Reaper targets. I'll move this out of the way so you can get a better view of them. We have Dingirsu for your Orcust matchups. Got Invoked Makaba, El Shadal Construct, and El Shadal Winda for your Invoked El Shadal matchups. Then we have the one Appaloosa for pretty much anything, just to get rid of something they can use to negate your stuff. Let's go into the side deck now. We've got double Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. What this guy does is if he's ritual summoned with a Blue Eyes White Dragon, he switches the battle position of everything your opponent controls and switches their stats to 0. So you can also use this, like if you can summon 2 ritual monsters, summon this in a regular Chaos Max, swing into one thing they control to do that, and then just swing for game with the Chaos Max. Then we've got Triple Book of Moon. This card is to get things into defense mode, so you can swing into them with Chaos Max. I'm citing it because if you're playing against like a Link spam deck, it's not that great. But if you're not, then you can cite it in. Then we've got Double Called by the Grave to stop your opponent's hand traps. That's in the side because not everyone's running tons of hand traps. Twin Twisters to out your opponent's back row. Again, your opponents aren't always going to be playing a super back row heavy deck, so that's why I'm citing it. Then we've got Summon Limit to stop your opponent from spamming all over the board. Got Solemn Strike for negates. And we've got Heavy Storm Duster for more back row removal. Anyway, that's it for this deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.